in a UFO. Mike my shoes with a Christmas wreath. Dropping these bars while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang. Landed on stage in your backpack filled with a new disease. Telling my doubts I'm hard to please. We don't care, we bounce on clouds. Sing off key and we're still too loud. Biscuit drops. Still no job, but I'm on the clock. And you can't stop me, 'cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, yeah.
From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's going to be hit and drop behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this ball.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll look to throw. That one caught over the middle by the rookie. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pass play good for 22. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Here we go. Black, 95. Check.
He'll look to throw. This one complete to Sutton. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Okay.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 6. They'll look to throw again. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Let's go. Set.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Here comes 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Set.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down.
50, green. Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. His 12th touchdown of the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Check. Hawk 70. Let's go.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. Like it.
Once again, it's Walker. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. A gain there of 15. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll run the draw with Walker. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Seattle.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Come on. Check. 18 card, check. Hurt.
They'll run the toss with Walker. And he finds a little bit of space. They'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5.
70 Timberwolves.
Now they'll throw it with Milrow. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Milrow on 3rd down. Catch made there, left side by Walker. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Here we go. 19.
So after 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 4th down coming up.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 70 Rangers.
We'll try and throw for it with Milrow. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
Let's go now. 60 red. Ready.
His drive will start on the ground, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Got it.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Check, huh?
They'll stick with him again, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He gets this one complete to Reynolds. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's the versatile Jordan James. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 9.
Ready. Bloc, ready.
Back to the air one more time. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Ready.
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down.
Here we go. Blue 32. Cut.
He'll drop to throw. The catch made there by Sutton. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Black. Steel. Black. Ready.
Back to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
Now Milrow on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
On 2nd down, Milrow. Down the field, caught on that left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 32 yards. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Milrow. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He was trying to get that to Tez Walker. And it's going to be third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Warrior 70.
On third down, Milrow. He's got a man. That's Horton. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. It's good for a Seahawks first down. Shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
Here's Walker. He slams it in there, and he is in. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seattle. Good drive. They kept the ball. They moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
We're on time, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Now Watkins on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Black, 95.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Let's go. Yellow.
He'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Second and 10.
Ready. Cut.
Now, faking the give. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and He's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Ready?
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
50, green.
They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, 49ers.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
First and 10.
Down.
They send Sutton in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Set, ready, hut.
Thrown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Come on, set. Ready, yellow, 22. Set,
Here's a run. We'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now Seattle will use the final timeout, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Ball is at the 8 for 2nd and goal.
Here we go, set, hut.
They'll go with him again. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2.
The 2-yard line. A 6-yard gain brings up 3rd and goal.
Third and goal.
Ready. Block 40. Ready.
They'll run. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. As they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Ready,
Well, a field goal would break the tie, but instead the offense stays out there. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
Blue 32. Ready.
Eating the tough yards. They'll go with their fullback. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
You're not. 18 Cardinal. Let go.
Throwing now, Milrow on first down. Get this complete to Horton. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. A touchdown apiece. 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside.
Ready!
On first down, it's Milroe. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5.
Here we go, strike! Warriors, 70!
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Seattle.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Panther 11, Panther 11! 18, pioneer! 19 tight, 19, ready?
Throwing again, it's Milroe. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You could chalk that one up as a win defensively.
On the jump!
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go! 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers! 79 Broncos! Buffalo 18! 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick! 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler! 19 Lions! 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates!
Milroe gonna throw it again. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10.
70 Mustang 19! 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
To throw again is Milroe. He's going to air this one out. Oh, that was pinballing around, and it's hauled in. And he will score. Corey Horton, touchdown Seahawks. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now Watkins on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here we go. Ready.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, not only getting outside the pocket, buying more time for his receivers, but then finding a man open who's able to pick up enough to move the chains.
A handoff as they try to run it here. Finding room across midfield. Down the sideline to the 20. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, San Francisco. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. Moody now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the 49ers move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Dragon 60. Ready. Cowboy 80.
On 1st and 10, it's Milrow. Quick throw here is complete.
The drag route, we used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Milrow. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
70, 7, 18, Pioneer.
Here's Milrow to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. Second time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Stop low, 18. 19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Milrow. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
go. Black, 90.
Here's a run going left. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Down.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He keeps it himself. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
3 yards to go. Brings up second and 7.
Ready up. Here we go. Here we go. 52 Bloc.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Niners first down.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18.
Here we go. Ready.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That is hauled in at the 5. And the 49ers are going to have first and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up first and goal. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal.
Set, hut. Ready.
And he's got another one. Touchdown, 49ers. That touchdown number 3 for him in the game, and number 14 for the year. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
Get it. Ready.
Now Milrow on first down. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80. Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the shotgun, it's Milrow. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Yeah, it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
They need one right now. 3rd and long.
Panther 60, Panther 60, Cup 19, Cup 19, 65 catch, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
From the gun, it's Milrow. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line.
36 yards.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Huh.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he managed to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple. And it's 2nd down.
32-yard line.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Here we go, set.
Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
back at the 22-yard line.
Buffalo 18, 79 Broncos. Warriors 70. Go.
Now they'll throw it with Milrow. Moving to his right. He's going to tuck it and go. And a nice game there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up 3rd down.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
To the air, it's Milrow. Forced out wide. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
We'll try and throw for it with Milrow. To the goal line and in. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Seattle. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
Now Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, right?
Now it's Milrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Give them the 2, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Set, punt. Ready.
They'll begin here on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on.
He'll drop the throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the first down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. They'll have to pick it up on 3rd down. Reynolds is the motion man here.
Yellow.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. Roll forward. He's got the first down and more than that. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
Now a give up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Set, ready. Yellow, 43. 22 needle. 43 rail. Set.
Back to throw. To the outside. Hauled in by Sutton. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with a 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Up the middle they go. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, San Francisco. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. We'll start at the 4. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Here's 1st and 10.
65 catch. Go. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Throwing is Milrow. To the left side and is caught by Horton. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. 19. Warriors 17.
Out of the gun. It's Milrow. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
3-yard line.
Whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15.
Here we go. Check. 70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Buffalo 18.
Now Milrow. Downfield. He's got Horton. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That one swung out wide to Walker. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
On 3rd down, Milrow. Forced to his right. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Ready.
first and goal.
Stephanie! Cougar 19! Jay, hurt! Hurt! Let go!
They'll run with Walker. And it's a touchdown! They have gotten to within one, and a two-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Now, Watkins on the return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
Okay, ready?
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go!
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down. They still have all 3 timeouts. And here we go with 1st and 10.
Come on, set! 10, Black! 10.
He'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll throw out of the gun. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard, very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Here comes 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They'll look to throw again. On the run to the right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That's a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
The catch made there by Sutton. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Ready.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 52 blue. Cut.
They'll look to throw yet again. That is Incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
In this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
Second and 10.
Ready.
Back to the air one more time. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Ready.
They'll stick to the ground. And they'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5. And they'll get the timeout call here. It comes with just 1 second left on the clock.
For the field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
This kick is good. And the Niners are going to move out in front. So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.
Handsome Lagosian, name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, you a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and they all fire. I don't spill words, I Spielberg on a beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't read no books.